What's up, YouTube? All right, right now I'm in Malibu, and I've been in Malibu, Thousand Oaks, Camarillo, and I've also been all over the place, really. I haven't been in the Palisades in I don't know, maybe about a week or a couple of days. I don't know. It's been about a week, something like that. But today I wanted to share with you something that I've noticed driving up and down Malibu for the past couple of weeks. For sale signs everywhere. If you look to the left, you'll see 2 for sale signs right up here on the left. Driving up and down the coast on PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, for whatever reason, I'm starting to see for sale signs in Malibu everywhere. There's another house for sale right up here on the left with the American flag right here. There you go. It might be kind of hard for you guys to see sometimes. There's another for sale sign right here on the left. That red sign. You got another 3 for sale signs. You got 2 on the left where that truck just pulled out. You got 2 right here on the left. And then you got 1 right over here on the right. Or you got 3 on the left, 1 on the right. You got another for sale sign, this pink one, right up here on the left. That's Meadows Court. You got another 2 properties for sale or homes for sale right up here on the right. And this just goes on and on and on, all throughout Malibu. I know for a fact on this private road down here, there's 3 other properties for sale. Coming up here on the right-hand side, there's a house that they just finished building on the right that I had delivered to for, I don't know, a couple of years. Dropped off a lot of lumber and dunnage and rebar and concrete. This one right here, beautiful house overlooking the Pacific, right here on the right. You got another house. It isn't for sale. It's not for sale yet, but it will be right up here on the right-hand side where these porta potties are. They're building a house in here or remodeling it, and that'll be for sale soon. You got another one here on the left at this Sea Vista and right there. You got another one up here, another 2 lots for sale. You got this white sign on the left, right there. You got the red sign on the left. And then you got another one here on the corner. I'm not sure what street this is. Oh, that's Latigo Canyon Road. And there's another lot for sale right there. I know for a fact there's probably 4 or 5 up in Latigo Canyon. You got 2 properties right here on the right. And this is going on all throughout Malibu. This isn't just this one little section. When you drive up in the hills, all throughout Malibu, and I do that. I've been doing that for many years now. You know, when interest rates were low, people pulled out a bunch of liquidity, they pulled out a bunch of money, and they either built houses, bought land, or renovated their houses. So I had gone to all of these construction sites. Okay, so you got 1 for rent here on the right. Look, you got a police officer right up here on the right. They always hide here, these motorcycle cops. They just sit there and wait. You gotta be careful, man. You're going fast down the hill. They're just sitting there waiting for you. Let's see if we can see some more for sale signs coming up. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that's happening? Do any of you guys understand or know why you're starting to see? Personally, I'm seeing it. I'm driving throughout Malibu all day long, all along the highway and all up in the hills. You're starting to see for sale signs absolutely everywhere. Why do you guys suspect that is? Is it just because insurance? The cost of insuring these properties going forward is just ridiculous? Or is it, just people are running out of liquidity? People need money. I know for a fact down there on the right-hand side, there's a bunch of private houses there, or a bunch of houses there. And I know for a fact there's probably 3 or 4 for sale signs down there as well. Why do you think so many people are trying to sell their houses or sell their properties in Malibu right now? Malibu has always been a very coveted and desirable place to live in California. It's probably one of the most desirable places, I would argue. These coastal global elite communities are spectacular. They really are. And it's starting to look like Malibu is for sale. Let's see if we can see some more properties for sale coming up ahead. You got all these little mom and pop businesses right up here on the left. I'm not sure how well they're doing. And then I go over here and I drop off a lot of rebar to this Malibu Jewish synagogue they're building. Well, I don't think there's going to be any more for sale signs coming up in front of us, but if I were to continue going down, right now I'm going southbound towards Santa Monica. I'm not going to be going that way, but if I were to continue going southbound towards Santa Monica, you would see for sale signs everywhere. Everywhere. All of those houses or properties or lots that got burned down in the fire on the beach, not all of them, but a large amount of those properties, you're starting to see more and more for sale signs popping up. And that, I don't know why. Is that just because of the insurance thing, or is it just because people are running out of liquidity, they're running out of money, they don't have enough money to rebuild? Like, what's going on? If the economy is doing so well and everything's wonderful, why are so many people selling their properties in Malibu? This is one of the most desirable cities in all of California. Like, some of the richest, wealthiest people live here. So what do you guys think? Why do you guys think that everyone's selling their properties? And if you guys have access, if any of you listening out there are realtors or brokers or anything like that, and you have access to the MLS, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of houses that are for sale that aren't listed on the MLS. They're all private. They're going to be privately sold. Are you guys seeing an increase in active listings and inventory in Malibu? Because I'm seeing for sale signs everywhere, all throughout. You go up in the hills to the left, there's for sale signs. You continue going down further where the fires happened, and you'll just see burned down lots for sale everywhere. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And if you had asked me if I thought that this would have happened back in 2022, everyone in Malibu, would be selling their houses, I'd say you're out of your mind. Nobody's selling their houses in Malibu. That's like sitting on a gold mine. But it's starting to look like a lot of people are listing their houses. And I wonder if you're seeing these really expensive, luxurious houses list their house on the market really high, and then be forced to start cutting their prices. Because the longer and more frequently I drive through Malibu, the more and more signs that I'm seeing. So it's like people are listing their houses, but nobody's buying them. They've been on the market for months now, And in 6 months from now, if interest rates are the same, which they're probably, I don't know, they probably will be, you're probably going to see more listings in 6 months from now than what you are when you see today. Or do you guys think that this is just seasonality? Like, people are trying to list their houses for sale right now because it's the summer, you know, it's July. And they think that this is going to be a hot time, the best time to buy. I mean, the weather in California is, for the most part, it's always pretty good. So, you know, if you're looking to get a good deal, I think that buying, and from what I understand, buying in the wintertime, you know, you're more likely to get a better deal because there's less buyers, I suppose, in the wintertime. But in Malibu, in the wintertime, you know, the weather's not bad. It's just gray like this. It might be a little bit colder. It might be a little bit, you know, rain, you know, a little bit more rain. But generally speaking, the weather's phenomenal in Malibu. So what do you guys think? Why do you guys think that so many people are listing their houses for sale in Malibu? Put that in the comments section below. Is it just because interest rates? Is it because insurance? Is it because the economy is really starting to slow down? Is it because these people, you know, are starting to run out of liquidity? They're starting to run out of cash. No more PPP loans. What is it? Like, what is forcing all of these global elites to put their houses on the market? And I'm seeing them everywhere, bro. Unbelievable. And I'm not a realtor. I know nothing about. I'm just an idiot. I'm just Cameron, the scumbag loser truck driver. But just being observant and driving up and down Pacific Coast Highway and driving up and down the hills, you know, of Malibu and Pacific Palisades, all I see everywhere is for sale signs. You got another one right up here on the right. I think it's got something to do with insurance. I think the big problem for these communities is not going to be money, because a lot of the people who want to live in these communities, they have money. You know, a lot of these people are flush with cash. I think the real issue is insurance. I think that is going to be the major headwind for these communities, these coastal communities and these wildfire-prone communities going forward. The biggest problem that they have is insurance. People don't want to sell insurance to you in these communities, or insurance companies don't want to. And if they do, if they are willing to sell insurance to you, you're going to be paying through your ass. You better believe your cost of your insurance premiums are going up. You better believe it. One thing that is guaranteed, your insurance premiums are not going down, brother. They're going up. It's almost like you're going to be extorted, in all honesty. Your premiums are going to go up and your coverage is going to go down. You're going to get lower quality insurance coverage for a higher price going forward. I'm sure the insurance companies are doing everything they can to get out of these areas, on top of raising rates. For the handful of people who are still insurable in these communities, their premiums are going up. And then if they continue to renew, they're going to be going up again and again and again. At the same time that the coverage quality will be going down. Now, I'm just speculating. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm an uneducated truck driver, you know, who cheated his way through high school. But I don't think you need to be an economist. I don't think you need to be a realtor or an insurance agent to understand just basic common knowledge, you know. These higher interest rates are having a huge negative impact on the housing market. Nobody's buying houses, and as a result, you're starting to see a lot more inventory build up, and then I suspect that you're going to see more and more price cuts too going forward. And after these wildfires, I think it's very safe to assume that insurance premiums over the next 10 years will be going up, and they're probably going to continue to go up higher and higher after 10 years. Every year they're going to be going up. I can't wrap my head around any logical explanation for why insurance premiums would be going down for these communities. That's just not going to happen. They're going to be going up if you can get insurance at all. And we already know that rebuilding the cost to rebuild a home in Los Angeles after these fires, unbelievable. Unbelievable. If these tariffs actually happen come August 1st, like Donald Trump says, lumber, rebar, concrete, everything, PVC pipe, electrical wiring, anything that's imported from Canada, Mexico, and China, the cost of all of that is going up. On top of these immigration raids, you're going to have to, if you want your house rebuilt, you're going to have to pay top dollar for labor now. There's no more $20 illegal workers, that you don't have to worry about being licensed, bonded, insured, getting healthcare insurance for these guys, dental insurance, none of that stuff. Before, if you were utilizing, people from Mexico or Guatemala or wherever they come from, right? El Salvador, if you were utilizing them, you used to be able to give them 20, 25 bucks an hour, and you didn't have to pay for insurance or nothing. You give them a t-shirt that says Joe John's Plumbing, and bam, now you got a certified plumber, who's willing to work for 20 bucks an hour and work 10 hours a day, and did it without complaining. Those days are gone. Now you're going to be paying top dollar. You're going to be paying union wages. You're going to be paying 40 bucks an hour. I only want 8 hours, and I don't want medical. I need medical. I need dental. I need vision. I need all that stuff. And if you don't, well, I might be sending a phone call to Donald Trump to report you. All right? It's terrible. So, I guess what I'm alluding to is the cost of rebuilding a home in Southern California is going to go up, and it's going to go up by a lot. All right? And this isn't me talking down to people who come to this country illegally. I promise you, if I was from Oaxaca or Guatemala or El Salvador or Sinaloa, wherever the hell, I promise you I would leave too. Those countries are failing. They're clearly not doing a very good job at, creating a thriving economy. That's why millions of people are leaving those countries, because they're failing. They're failing miserably. Whether that's because of drugs or whether it's because of cartels or what, the economy's terrible or inflation. I don't know, whatever their reasons are, right? Obviously they're not doing good. So I don't blame them, and I don't look down on them either, because if I were in their shoes, I would do the same exact thing. I would do the same exact thing. Am I promoting people coming to this country illegally? Do I say that's a good thing? No, that's not a good thing. There should be a better way to come to the United States legitimately, But I believe that these lawmakers, politicians, they don't want to make it easy because they want people to come here illegally. Because when they come here illegally, you can work the hell out of these people for cheap. That's the only benefit. These people are profiting off of low-wage workers. They can undercut everyone's costs. They work longer, they work harder, and they work cheaper. And if they complain, you fire them, and you go to Home Depot and you pick up, there's 100 other guys at Home Depot who are willing to do the work without complaining. It sucks. They're really being exploited in all reality. They're really just being used. But I don't know, 20 bucks an hour, 10-hour shifts, 200 bucks a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, that's 1,200 bucks cash. If you grew up in Oaxaca or Guatemala or Argentina, that's like a dream come true. I'm gonna make $1,000 a week cash? Oh my God. This is a dream come true for these guys. They're getting a new Chevy truck. They're just living a dream. So, All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I just wanted to rant and ramble and share with you guys some of my ridiculous thoughts about the real estate market in Malibu and how I think what the forecast is for the real estate market. I don't think it's not looking very bright right now. You got high interest rates, you got tariffs, you got immigration, you got inventory building up. And I bet you those houses that are for sale in Malibu, I bet you a lot of those people are cutting their prices because they've been on the market for quite some time at that. So we'll see what happens over this next couple of years. But as of right now, things aren't looking too bright for Southern California anyways. I don't know, things in New York City might be a little bit different. Things in Texas might be different, but right here, right now in Los Angeles, the future's not looking too bright. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions and say thank you before I leave. Thanks guys to everyone who's still checking out the channel and giving me love and support and whatever. I really appreciate it. And please don't be afraid to share your comments, even if you love Donald Trump, you hate Donald Trump. I don't care. I don't discriminate. You do you. I don't participate in votes. So I think it's all rigged. I think they're all scumbags. All right. So you do you. All right, guys. Well, until next time. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.